It's difficult when people desert us, when people trick us. And in verse 16, Paul says also that in his first defense, no one came to stand by him, but deserted me. Twice he had been deserted. He mentioned Alexander the coppersmith. We don't know what he did exactly. Maybe he was part of the reason why Paul was arrested, or he just stood up against him. We don't know. But Paul clearly was having a tough run of friendships, of relationships, of people betraying him. And that's hard because we all are made as relational creatures. God created us not to function by ourselves as isolated individuals, but in communities such as the church and in relationship. And so Paul here finds himself in solitary confinement, and there's a reason why solitary confinement is one of the worst punishments in prison, because we're not made to be alone. And so here Paul is, alone and hurting. And the worst pain was from those people who had let him down. And those kinds of disappointments can be devastating. Maybe it's a friend that ends up as an enemy, a family member who disowns us or is just mean and vindictive towards us. Maybe it's a failed marriage or a spouse that has betrayed you, or a business partner or coworker who ruins the business or goes behind your back and takes a promotion that really should have been yours, or just slanders your name. We all have people who have and unfortunately still will hurt us. And maybe you're in that season right now that you are experiencing that hurt. And if you are, please do not go through it alone. Seek out people you know who will love and support you. And so what do we do in those times when we find ourselves in those situations? Well, notice in verse 17 and 18 that Paul writes about how faithful God is. How the Lord stood by him when no one else did. How God gave him strength. Notice how he praises God for rescuing him, and how he confidently declares that God will rescue him and bring him safely to heaven. Those things are true, and Paul believed them. I believe them. And I think that's where we start, first and foremost, being confident that God is in control, that he will take care of us. And God has many ways that he can do that.